Reflections on a Still Night.
床前明月光，疑是地上霜。举头望明月，低头思故乡。
Wordford translation. Moonlight in front of the bed, suspected to be frost on the ground. Raise your head to look at the bright moon. Bow your head and think about your hometown. Sense for Sense translation. Before my couch, the moonlight spills like snow, a phantom frost that haunts the silent ground. The moon, unchanged through ages, hangs aglow. I bow, an ancient sorrow's whisper sound. Creative background and controversy. Time and place, Young Zhou said. Most scholars believe that this poem was written in the autumn of Emperor Xuanzang of Tang Kaiyuan, 726, when Li Bai was 26 years old and living in a hostel in Yangzhou. Jinling said, another point of view suggests that the creation time was 6 to 8 years of Tianbo 747-749, and the location was near Chenggunli Jinling, because the autumn night and the moon were bright. Japanese scholars believe that Li Bai's work at the age of 31, when he lived in Shaoshu Mountain in Anlu, combined the yearning for his hometown with a delicate perception of natural scenery, Anlu said. Creative motivation. The solitude of the quiet night and the symbolism of the bright moon in the poem reflect the common worries of travel in Li Bai's wandering career. Unlike the personal lyric of autumn night travel, Quiet Night evokes collective resonance through universal images: bright moon, frost, and has the function of singing poetry. Verse by verse. Moonlight in front of the bed, suspected to be frost on the ground. Imagery tension. The analogy between moonlight and frost depicts both the visual coldness. Frost implies autumn coldness and the inner loneliness. This sentence builds an illusion through the word doubt, interweaving physical space moonlight with psychological space nostalgia. The controversy over the bed. It may refer to the well platform. The ancient well fence is called silver bed. The window is fake, or the hu bed maza. The controversy stems from the interpretation of the scene in different versions. Raise your head to look at the bright moon. Bow your head and think about your hometown. Action narrative. A dynamic transition from head up to head down, showing the progression of homesickness. Mochizuki triggers associations. Heads down to immerse in memories, forming a closed loop of physical gaze, psychological immersion. Space-time comparison. The bright moon connects the wanderer and his hometown across time and space, implying the permanence of the end of the world is at this time, echoing the cosmic consciousness of Zhang Ruoxu's Spring River Flower Moon Night. Artistic characteristics and innovation. Language style. The whole poem has no gorgeous words and presents the scene of quiet night by line drawing, but activates the emotional level through verbs such as doubt, look, and think, reaching the realm of no intention of work, but no work. The four-line poem adopts the structure of starting, bearing, turning, combining, and the rhythm is as gentle as a nocturne, which is highly in line with the tranquility of the theme. Cultural intertextuality. The poem uses images such as Yufu in the southern dynasties, looking up at the bright moon, sending love for 1,000 miles, and Zhao Gang the night moon is like autumn frost to form a multi-voiced dialogue in classical poetry, reflecting Li Bai's creative transformation of tradition. As the core image, the bright moon not only carries personal nostalgia, but also continues the collective memory of the moon Sen's acacia in Chinese culture. Philosophical implication and emotional resonance. Thought of existence. The object-self relationship of Moonlight Frostman in the poem implies philosophical thoughts on the brevity of life. Frost is fleeting, and the eternity of nostalgia. Moon is always bright, echoing Heidegger's proposition of poetic dwelling. The action of bowing your head symbolizes the compromise of reality and the return to the spiritual hometown, which constitutes an existential self-dialogue. Emotional universality. Li Bai's personal experience has been sublimated into the common human emotion and become a symbol of Chinese cultural identity. The poem does not concretize the meaning of hometown, leaving white space for different readers to project their own memories and form a cross-temporal resonance. 床前明月光，疑是地上霜。举头望明月，低头思故乡。Reflections on a still night. Before my couch, the moonlight spills like snow, a phantom frost that haunts the silent ground. The moon, unchanged through ages, hangs aglow. I bow, and ancient sorrows whisper sound.